The creative economy in Rutland started 7 or 8 years ago with several well-organized community meetings, which created 6 working groups with many initiatives. Some of those initiatives you might well know: Trash to Art Project, the Rutland Creek Path, the Winters Farmers Market Initiative, the revitalization of Center Street Alley and the lay earmark that came with it, the Art Hops, Friday Night Live, and much more. 3 years ago, we went back out as a group looking for 2 new groups. The top vote-getter that night was the Children's Museum Initiative. I can tell you that this is another very proud story being told about Rutland and how volunteerism is making things happen in this town. Not hundreds of volunteer hours put in by these folks, but thousands. I will, without further rambling, I will introduce one of the co-chairs of the Children's Museum Group, Chris Vittori.
Thank you everybody for coming. I just want to say a few thank yous to how we got here. Paul told a little bit of the story over the past 3 years. And this is really an opportunity for us to say thank you to some of the people who made this happen. When we started about 3 years ago with this iteration, part of what happened was our relationship with Downtown Partnership and Friday Night Live. And so with Mike's support, we were able to get a space down in the old King's Furniture store where we had exhibits the first summer of 2011 and then of 2012. And so the Friday Night Live partnership was one of the things that really got this going. It proved to us, it proved to everybody that we could, that there's people want to come to our museum. We had over 3,000 visitors in about 30 hours of being open in those 2 summers. So thank you to the partnership for starting that relationship. Donald Billings with Roots, he sponsored a pig roast for us last year where we made over $6,000 thanks to the community coming together for that and the volunteers that helped with that. In these past couple of years, Ryan Smith Carbine for donating the space that they had for those 2 summers for us. The Rutland Herald with all of the ads that have happened over the past couple of years. Steve Costello and GMP for their generous support. Rutland Regional Medical Center, Berkshire Bank, Velco, Karis Rears, and Omia, who have given money year after year to make this possible and to help fund some of the exhibits that you see here. Of course, we wouldn't be here without Gus Loris and Val Fothergill, who have donated this space to us free of charge. Of course, we pay utilities, but this space has been given to us free of charge. And so it's for making that happen, and as Paul said, our first permanent location. To get in here, we had needed a whole bunch of volunteers. We can't do this without everybody here. Ed Clark and NBF Architects came in and helped us design the space. GE not only provided the volunteers to come in and demolish the space, which I know Justin enjoyed very much, but also the funds to buy everything. So the part of the flooring that we had to buy, some of the lumber, all that kind of stuff, was sponsored through the GE money that they gave to us. Paul Gallo in the creative economy, who not only has helped us with all of fundraising, but also working to create the next opportunity for us, and organizing all the volunteers to come and help build this space. Magic Brush Painters, Mike Abatel and Abatel Flooring, Bill Lowson as plumber, Naylor and Breen, their electrician, Precision Drywall, the carpenter, Ed Poirot, and then in-kind gifts. Some of these were done with the help of carpenters. Bob King built some of our exhibits, but also without the supply, we needed the supplies of from Home Depot in La Valley, Dan Murray and Liz Sahara, the sandboards from Yankee Paint, FW Webb helped donate our bathroom supplies. Abatella Design Center, Green Screen Graphics, of course, not only for the beautiful sign that's out front, but for the signs you see along the walls that they did within a moment's notice for us. Thanks, Mike. Helping us reach this 10,000. There was over 75 individual contributions to help us reach this number. That's from some people giving a few dollars, some kids putting a few quarters in there. Ann Clark donated some cookie cutters that we were giving to people if they donated $5. But in particular, a few businesses that helped us quite a bit. Ron Rideout's Tech Help, not only with some money, but also in helping us with supplies. Lake Sunapee, Velco, and the employees at the North Clarendon facility of Vermont Country Store, they came together and gave out of their pot to donate to us. And Russ Merson and Come Alive Outside, he had an event that put on really quickly, almost $1,000 that was raised there. And of course, we really need to thank Trish and Klaus Barnstein and Evelyn's Fund for donating us $3,000, which is really to give us that last push and helped us reach that $10,000. So thank you. Particularly them, but everybody really helps us reach our mission of providing educational opportunities for our youth. So now I'll turn over to Mike.
So as Chris kind of alluded to, the Downtown Partnership, initially when the Children's Museum kind of came about through the creative economy process, we wanted to embrace that. We wanted it obviously to be in the downtown. And the marriage between Friday Night Live and the Children's Museum was just such a powerful one. We wanted to continue to make Friday Night Live and our Friday activities a family-friendly place. And it was just, it was wonderful to have them located just down the street for as many years as they did. And then this year, most recently, to be able to have this location as a semi-permanent location was great. And so in the summertime, we gave them a challenge, basically. We said that to Wonderfeet, we said, we want to support this endeavor and what you're trying to do here. We will pledge $10,000 in dollars for you to help build the museum if you can, in turn, raise $10,000 yourself through fundraising means. Not what they had raised to that point, from that point on, from the summer on. And Chris and Myra got a hold of me about a month ago and said that they had finally reached their goal of $10,000. So, Paul, if you would hand me that board right behind you, I am pleased to present to Chris and Myra a check for $10,000. I have a real check that you'll be able to.
I can't stamp this one and just turn it in.
Congratulations, you guys are well deserved, and we're happy that you have a home here, and we hope to help it grow.
Thank you. Wow. So we really just want to say thank you so much to Downtown Rutland Partnership for all of their support throughout the years and everything that you've done for us, Mike, and for this great boost to what we want to do here at the Children's Museum. And just so you know, the $20,000 is designated for programs and exhibits. It's not going to pay the oil bill, and it's not going to pay the electric bill. It's going to actually be used for educational purposes. So we are ready to go. And I do want to just mention who our board of directors are, because if this is an all-volunteer organization, we run this place, we do everything. So I just wanted to let you know who everybody is. Carrie Fransoni, Krista Torrey, Martha Rideout are here today. Many of the others are teachers. So we have Danielle Cormel and Camille and Thomas Tell, Suzanne Ingalls, principal at Northeast, and I have to mention Linda too, because she's been with the committee from the very beginning, and Judy, who also was on the committee from the very beginning and trying to get this initiative started. And so we are just really, really excited about what's going to happen. So we've created a place here where families can learn and play together. It's a place where you can explore your curiosity and try things out. It's a place that inspires creativity. It also is a place where you can engage your imagination through play. So we have a great mission, and we have a great goals in what we want to do. We want to create a place in Rutland that's a real destination place that focuses on the history of this area, because there's so much rich history, but really develops those 21st century skills in science, technology, engineering, art, and math. I mean, that's our goal, is we want to highlight the history, but focus on those 21st century skills. And so we've already started spending the money, Mike. Just so you know, we're launching a Junior First Lego League at the Boys and Girls Club starting in January. And so that's our first one. And this program is great. It gives kids that are 6 to 9 the chance to really look at real world problems and then develop a solution with Legos. So, I mean, how much fun can that be? So it's just great that we get to do that. We want to do 2 more, one at each elementary school here in Rutland, and one here at the Children's Museum. So we're just really excited to launch this program. We've also developed a field trip program called Motion. I say it wrong every time. Motion Commotion. Got to get it right, the right way. So we've looked at the next generation learning standards, science standards for the national standards, and we've created a pre-K through second grade program around force and motion, so that kids can come here with their teachers and explore force and motion. And we'll have a specific program for them to do when they come. We have activities and post activities that teachers can do in the classroom. So it's a great experience for them to come. We're also partnering with Castleton Education Department. Their students are going to come over and teach the program. So we've got lots of volunteers coming in down the road. I've also talked with Green Mountain College about their education department coming over as well. So we're really, really growing. This funding is just the first step towards turning this space into a dynamic educational experience for the Rutland area. We really, with the help of EdCart and NDF Architects, and thanks to Gus and Val, we are going to double the space by looking at moving extra space upstairs. So 2 levels of education. And then, last but not least, we're also working with the Imagination Company and to develop, well, first I want to tell you who they are. They just completed the exhibits at the GMP's new Energy Innovation Center. So we're going to be working with Jim and Kristen to develop an exhibits plan for all of our space that we have here. And the first exhibit that we want to focus on is an exciting robotics exhibit, and we're going to be collaborating with GE on developing this exhibit. So this is so exciting for us because this is really about what we want to do, doing that STEM education. So I want to thank everybody for coming. We're so excited to thank Trish and Russ, who really, we would have never been to that top part if we hadn't been for YouTube giving us that push. But we're really going to make sure we give this money and do it in a way that's related to education for this community. So take some time to play, if you look at the quotes around the room. And also, I just have to say this, it's the National Day of Philanthropy today, in case you didn't know that. So if you want to help us launch the campaign for remodeling the upstairs, there's the donation box right there. So, thank you guys so much for coming.
Wait. Because I've been there from the beginning, this lady, it would not be where it is today without Myra putting in 150%. Even though sometimes things were stressful for her personally, she still was always there. She always followed through. I chose not to be on the board because I'm not that person. But if there's going to be someone that's the head of this engine, it is her. So when we get to that bigger space, you make sure you go and you thank her and you say thank you, because this would not have come to where it is today without her energy, without her experience, and just without her heart and intelligence. So thank you.
Does anybody want to say something? Many of you have been part of this, and